All right, here we go. Carver and Lisi with you, college football picks for week 11. Are you kidding me? We're almost done. Upsets Joe a lot. We're almost done. Week 11, got our first college football playoff rankings this week. Some huge games on the horizon. This is kind of a light week. I'm not going to lie. I mean, this is like a setup week, but there are still some games of importance. Mike Carver here with you, along with the encyclopedia of college football, the one, the only. Go for the two, Joe Lisi. Hi, Joe.
The encyclopedia just basically rolled out of bed. I look like I'm holding water here. I don't know. It's a rough week for the encyclopedia. Let me tell you, unshaven. I got to get a haircut today. I'm a mess. I'm an absolute mess. Plus, I'm like on the back burner now. I'm not in anymore, with yours truly. I'm on the back burner. I'm like
what does that mean?
I'm a forgotten commodity. That's it. We
you a forgotten commodity. What does that? What does that mean? I see your face is everywhere. I mean, you can't.
We used
to
do a show. You're hanging out.
Joe, I got a lot of
Eddie from Columbus is breaking bread with you. I mean, that's it.
Look,
I'm an afterthought.
Joe, I gotta find this. I gotta put my hands in as many pockets as I can here. Going, I gotta do what I gotta do, Joe. You understand that?
Of course.
Come on.
You never know. One of these days you might show up for the show and I might be there for lunch. And then
when are you coming by? You gotta come by.
Be there for lunch. They got a nice burger there. They got a nice burger.
Yeah, the hair looks good. Look at this, Chops. The hair looks good, Joe. The hair looks good in the chat box. There's Eddie.
There's Eddie. Eddie, you're the best, brother.
Great job.
I wish I was there. I wish I was there.
Well, we'll get you out there, Joe. Yeah. Don't worry.
Well, how come you don't have Baldy coming out there? Huh?
Baldy!
Everybody loves this Baldy Baldy now. Here we go. Baldy said this. Baldy said that. Here we go. Baldy knows everything.
Baldy,
he knows it all. Numbers for the lottery tonight, all right? You're omniscient. Baldy. I just asked Baldy. Baldy knows.
Baldy.
And here's another thing. Let me just throw this. All these players... They don't. All these, I used to play. Okay. Their picks stink. Okay, they stink. For all the playing and all the schematics,
now, Joe,
all the game feel.
Who are you dangling that towards? Who are you talking about right now?
Gambling Twitter. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
Joe, did I get a bright enough shirt for you today? I wore.
Yeah, what is that? You're hanging out on the Cross Bronx? What are you doing? You got the flags? What are you doing? You're hanging out. Hang on. The best is shout out to all the construction guys. But the guys that really, the hedgehogs and all the guys that work underground, we feel you. But the guy that holds the sign, slow and stop, he does absolutely nothing. What does he do every day, right? He signs up slow, stop. He's basically eating a sandwich.
All right. Week 11 in college football. Before we get to the games, Joe, the first Carver looks like he's on a job site.
He's laying pipe.
I had the hooded long sleeve, keeping me warm. It's a cold fall morning on Long Island.
Hey, he's laying some pipe. Hey, I tell you, that used to be a thing. Laying some pipe. Huh?
First college football playoff rankings released this week, Joe, before we get to the games. Me and you have had this discussion for years. These suits and the crack crab and lobster committee putting out. Joe, these are nonsense until the last one. Is there anything that you care about with it? Was there anything?
It's 1-2 Indiana and Ohio State. We get it. Big Ten is the defending champs. So Ohio State to me is still the best team on paper up until this point. Not just on paper, but how they have dominated and defending national champs. They don't show any weakness right now up until their schedule. Now you can make the argument schedule-wise, Minnesota, Penn State is maybe not like the SEC, but I don't care. That defense is legit. Saying coming on, Bo Jackson, Donaldson, Tate. I mean, they have it all right now.
Right.
and I'll give the respect to Indiana. I do like the fact that they had an A&M 3, just because, sometimes they would always favor Alabama, even though they have one loss. They would always favor Alabama. But the SEC is loaded. I think the one thing, and I've heard people say, a 3-loss Texas team. Texas has not looked good throughout. Their wins are still ugly. I mean, the Texas win over Vanderbilt, you hang on. The Texas win over OU, okay, but Mateer's banged up. And every other game they're on life support. As much as they have these quality wins, you go, well, they barely beat Miss State. They barely beat Kentucky. They should have lost those games if you really put it down, right? And so are we going to put in a 3-loss Texas team? Because, now if they knock off Georgia and A&M's undefeated, they're going to probably get that benefit of the doubt. But I just have a very difficult time believing maybe big picture in the Longhorns than I do, let's say, their counterparts in Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma is the one for me that I still think can make some noise because of how good the defense is if they get in.
So you think that Oklahoma is going to get in to the college football playoff?
Assuming
now,
that.
Do you think that they're the 4th SEC team, or do you think the SEC somehow gets 5 teams into the college football?
I think there's the possibility of 5, but again, the ACC has an argument, right? Forget the Big 12 for a second, because BYU and Tech are going to play this weekend. You have Louisville that has 1 loss in the conference. You have Virginia, who's undefeated. You have Duke and Georgia Tech with 1 loss. SMU is still making noise. We could potentially have how many fighting with the SEC?
Yeah.
And if there's that bias of, we don't want to give the SEC 5 and 6 teams, they're going to spread it around and somebody's going to get screwed. I will say, the way Oklahoma's defense has played, right, even though they got exposed by Ole Miss, I still believe in that team from start to finish if Mateer's 100% healthy, more so than Texas. They're so erratic. They're so erratic. They lose to Florida. They're on death row against Kentucky and Miss State. I can't buy this team in any capacity, even if they make it to the playoff. I just can't. So if Oklahoma beats Alabama and wins out and knocks off LSU, and LSU could be dead by that time if they lose this weekend, they're going to be there. And I would definitely put in Oklahoma 10-2. And by the way, if they make it and he's 10-2, Venables need to stop with he's not that good of a coach.
They are plus 340 to make the playoffs.
I like that price. They're 55-1 to win the Natty. I know that
they have left. They play Alabama, don't they?
Alabama, but it's at home. It's Alabama in Norman the week after. Yeah, but it's the week after LSU for them.
Right.
But yeah, of course they got to win that game. But they dominated them last year in Tuscaloosa. Oh no!
Remember,
is the game in? I got to double check that. The game was in Norman last year.
Oh, okay.
It's in Tuscaloosa this year. Yeah.
I have it here, Joe. I get it.
Yeah, because they were home dogs last year.
I'll get it faster than you will.
I already got it. They were home dogs.
Yeah, Alabama. When is that? That's in
2 weeks.
That's in 2 weeks.
Yep, next weekend.
Yeah. No, I got. Oh, okay. There you go. I see it now. They are playing, and what time is that game? They don't have a time. Oh, it's a 3:30 game.
Oh,
3:30 in Tuscaloosa.
All right, there you go. Great kick.
So afternoon kick. Well, Texas and Georgia is the night game, Joe. That's actually that's a great doubleheader. You get Oklahoma, Alabama into Texas, Georgia, both on ABC.
Yeah, it's a great game
with the SEC for that. Look, there's a long way to go, Joe. I'll say that. There's 4 weeks left. There's a lot that can happen. The Texas A&M could lose this week. There's a lot of things that could go on between here and the finish line. Okay. As far as the picks go for us, and some great comments here. Is Carver taking the Ducks? Jill says, I guess I am kind of, this is like the kind of neon that the Oregon Ducks would pull out, Joe. So maybe it's possible that I might
have
be
my
dropping,
11 picks, my 7
dropping
picks.
some hints there. As far as the stadium, it is not Kinnick. Stark Vegas behind me today. Stark Vegas, Eddie, for Mississippi State makes the background. Could be a family play. I don't know. We're going to find out in a little bit here from Joe if that's the case. As far as last week, Joe, wasn't great for either of us.
Nah.
I'm going to let you know that.
3 and 4 for me.
And in fact, look at this. Joe under 60% now, 45 and 35. How pathetic, 32 and 48.
I feel much better, though, now. I feel – now, I'm not going to lie to you. I never do. I looked at my picks, the 7 for the show.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I see these talking heads. MGM has this, MGM, and I'm like, oh God, here we go. Like a lot. Like I'm on the. It seems like I'm on the right side, but I can't.
There's
deviate.
A lot of, as Joe likes to call them, the mushes are on a lot of Joe's plays.
No, I don't think they are, but I don't like when they start putting out 95%.
95% of the tickets, 92% of the money, him. All right, Joe. Week 11. Let's do the picks, and then we'll run through any games that neither of us are selecting. We got a lot of good ones this week. I'm very interested to see where Joe wants to start for Week 11.
Yeah, so the Mortadells still we're okay. I think we were 2 and 2, so we didn't lose.
Eddie gave you the update. Mortadells are hold and serve.
Yeah, hold and serve. All right, so let's. Let's do it. Which one do I want to lead by? All right, so
with a bang.
Some of them are ugly. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I can't go against history, and I'm a big history buff. All right, and I know this team is fantastic. They're deserving of a top 5 ranking. All they do is play bully ball. Their coach is bombastic, just like Carver. He likes to wear it on his sleeve, but they are 2 and 25 all time against Penn State. And as a matter of fact, Indiana has never beaten Penn State in Happy Valley ever. Okay? And I understand that Penn State got smacked around by the best team in the country, and a lot of supposed sharps were on the dog in that matchup. Supposedly. They got smashed in that game. They took the 18.5 and 20, and they still lost. Ohio State killed them. I don't think that Kurt Signetti in back-to-back road games is just going to waltz into Happy Valley with Fernando Mendoza and all of a sudden win this ball game by 50. I just don't see it. Kurt might want to do that. This is still Penn State. Nick Singleton and Katron Allen, I think, can run on that team. I still think Penn State has a little bit of moxie. The game is played at 12 noon. I'm going to take those 14.5. I'm going to make it a mortadella. Penn State covers the 14.5 against big bag Kurt Signetti. He doesn't scare me. Indiana doesn't scare me. And they're not waltzing in to Beaver Stadium and all of a sudden covering a 15-point number and winning for the first time ever in the series in Happy Valley. No shot. Give me Penn State, Mortadell, number 1.
I got to tell you, Joe, I was going to put this game on my card. I thought about this game all week. There was maybe 1 or 2 I liked a little bit more. But hearing your confidence in backing this gutless Penn State team, and this is all, remember, folks, if you're tuning in, there's only one thing that's at play here right now. This has, Joe just gave you all that spiel about winning at Happy Valley and all this other nonsense. There's only one force that's at play. And that's Joe's going after Signetti because he rammed it down his throat last week. Rammed it down his throat. And he's done it a couple times this year. So Joe's going after Signetti just for this reason. And that is why I will now put this on my card. Pick number 1 for me. I'll go heads up with you. Indiana and Signetti. Style points. Smash job. 20-plus point win on the road. National television audience. Signetti loves these spots now, Joe. Smash job for the Hoosiers here. I'll lay the 14.5.
All right, good luck. We'll see you standing in the end. Mortadell, number 2. I think this team is good. I don't think they're elite. and they're laying now 7.5 in a conference game. They took care of business against Baylor and some of the other teams. But this team is coming off a monumental loss where they got smacked around. And Iowa State, I think, can hang with TCU. This line opened up at 6.5. We're seeing 7.5s across the board. I still believe in Rocco Beck. I still believe in Matt Campbell as an underdog. I'm not sold on TCU and Josh Hoover being this elite football team. They're good. They're not elite. And I think blue collar, potentially Iowa State could go in there and potentially win this game outright. Give me the 7.5 points. This was a public play against people last week. I know a lot of people, a lot of sharps had Iowa State. They got smashed last week. How does it feel? I'm taking Iowa State now when nobody's on them. Give me the 7.5. I think they win the game outright. I think they could hang, and I think their defense bounces back with a pretty good effort. Give me Iowa State, Mortadell number 2, plus the 7.5.
I like it, Joe. I don't mind it. I don't mind Iowa State because this will be the week everyone is off them. Everyone's nowhere near them, and they'll probably show up and give you a pretty big effort. I'll stay in the Big 12 for pick number 2. And I'm going to go, this is what I think will be the up and away game for this weekend, Joe. I don't think they can make it high enough. It ain't that high. I mean, it's not like it's in the 60s. Kansas and Arizona in Tucson, 3:30 East kick. Kansas played some high-scoring games. They got no defense. They can score. Arizona can get pulled into a game like that. Over 57.5. Kansas and Arizona, the up and away Big 12 game of the week.
All right, hero. Okay, hero. All right. All right, hero. You feel like you're playing with a little momentum, huh? You feel I scored a couple of garbage touchdowns on me, and now you're going for the Hail Mary, the haymaker. Okay, kid. All right, we'll see. This one I know is going to be a checker on a checker. Now, I will be honest with you. I might have misheard what you said because I had my picks lined up, and you came across my timeline, and I listened to it. And I was like, we're on the same side. We're on the same side. It was almost like whiskey sour. And I contemplated not putting it on the card, but I'm like, maybe, just maybe, Carver and I can win one. Then you sign in today, and then you show me the backdrop, and then I realize I'm actually right. So now I perked up a little bit. I perked up a bit. Georgia's going to smash this Jeff Lebby. This Jeff Lebby and this garbage Miss State team. They're 8-1 against the number. This line opened up at 7.5. It's up to 9.5. They have, look at me. I want you to look at me when I tell you. They have no shot to beat Georgia. They lost last year 41-31. That was a letdown spot for Georgia. Georgia's won 5 straight by 17 points per game, and that Gunnar Stockton owes me for last week, okay, because the kid did the right thing, but still, he cost me a lot of money because he kneels, and it was almost like the agony of defeat. I went, look at him! And then I went, no! I almost like threw up in my mouth. I'm serious. You ever get that feeling? I was eating cheese and wine, and that's what happened. When I saw the kid kneel, I was like, whiskey sour. Georgia's going to smash them. They can't stop the run, Miss State. Mike Washington ran all over their ass for $116 and a tutty. They gave up 239 rushing yards to Miss State, to Arkansas. What do you think Georgia's going to do? They're going to run right down their throats. This isn't Tennessee. This isn't garbage Texas. This is Georgia. Mortadell number 3. And the fact that you're on the other side, I love it even more. I love it.
This is, without question, my favorite play of the week. Hands down.
I love
my favorite play of the week.
I love it. This is a triple diamond Mortadell slam and smash your bookie and your partner right in the face.
This is that now. Eddie from Columbus keeps track of this stuff. This might be the first time ever a Mortadell pick versus a Ruby Slipper pick. The Ruby Slipper triple dog diamond pick of the week for me. This Levy, I'm on his side now, man. 7-1
Levy.
against the spread. Won his first SEC game in years. That
This
program
Levy,
last
this
week
Levy.
against Arkansas. And then here's the other one here,
Come on.
Joe. You talk about the sandwich spot for Georgia. Big rivalry game against Florida last week at the cocktail party they can't cover. Playing Texas next week in a huge matchup. They're not going to be worried about little old Mississippi State and the Bulldogs in Stark Vegas. They're just going to look to win and get out of there. 9.5. I'm a little nervous it's going to remain to have 9.5. 9.5 now I'm getting with Mississippi State and this Levy at home. Georgia's giving up points. This is not the Georgia defense of old. Confidence for the Bulldogs, Joe. Give me the 9.5. Ruby Slipper, triple dog, diamond pick.
Love it. The fact that you came out, I feel so much better now. I only used half the bankroll on the picks last night, meaning I put some plays in. Now that you confirmed it for me, it's all in. Now I got pick number 1 to put with all my parlays. I'm laying the 9.5 with Georgia. I feel so much better now. I feel so much better.
I would be careful.
Yeah? You're telling me to be careful?
I would be careful, Key and Georgia, with all your other bets.
Oh, really?
I don't know how well it's going to go for you.
Okay, we're going to see. We're going to see. All right, tough guy? All right, Mortadell number 3. I have 2 dogs I got to pick from. Which dog do I feel? Screw it. All right, I'm going to buy into DJ Durkin, and this Diego Pavia's run is over. Okay? Here's the one thing about Vanderbilt. When they run, they win games. They won 5 games this year when they rushed for over 200 yards. And they've won by 28.4 points per game. Guess what they did against Texas? 58 yards. They got smashed. Now, Coach Bowden was quick to tell me that's because they were playing catch-up. I get that, Coach, but their defense sucked last week, okay? And at the end of the day, Auburn, okay, has one of the top defenses in all of the SEC in college football. They're holding opposing offenses to basically 82 rushing yards per game and 3.2 yards per rush. If you can't run it, you can't win. And DJ Durkin, I like this guy. You know, the former coach at Maryland. He's a blue-collar guy.
I like this guy.
I like him. You know why? He's blue-collar. He might throw a chair. He might do things unorthodox. But the one thing he preaches is physicality. Auburn's got physicality. Vanderbilt, the ride is over for Diego Pavia. I can't wait until they go into Nashville and they absolutely smash the Commodores. This is a gutless football team. Enough of Eli Stowers and maybe we have Baldy on the pick. You want to have Baldy? Does Baldy like Vanderbilt? Auburn, Mortadell number 4. How about that? Plus the 6.5.
Wow, how about that? Auburn, pick number 4. For Joe, 6.5. They're getting after Hugh Freeze over the weekend. All right, next one for me, Joe. I am going to go stay in the SEC. 3:30 East kick in Columbia, where Mike Elko and Texas A&M come a calling for our boy Drinkwitz and the Tigers. Texas A&M is now undefeated. They're becoming everyone's All-American. They're never going to lose a run rough shot here, get a bye in the college football playoff, blah, 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 blah. Joe, I like this Missouri team. They've been tough all year. I understand we have the quarterback change. Pabrula's out. The kid that came in at the end of the last game played pretty well in the second half. I know he didn't get the job done, but I thought he was capable. I think they're going to slow the game down. Not sure they can win this game outright. Liked it a little more when it was 7 the other day. Down to 6.5 for the sake of the show. But Missouri has shown with Drinkwitz that they are going to be in these big games, even though they might not win them. Missouri plus 6.5 against Texas A&M at home on Saturday afternoon.
Checker on a checker, family play. That's
play.
Again with Missouri. They owe us from the. So Missouri was going to be the Mortadell number 4. That was, but I decided to go Auburn because I think Auburn's defense, and I just think I don't think Vanderbilt's that good anymore. So A&M is legit, but I'm with you with the 6.5. We just need Zollers to stay. He can't turn the football over, this kid Zollers. No. They need to run the football. I believe in their defense, though. Their defense is legit, Missouri. Playing at home, I think, is the difference. They got smashed the last 2 games. They lost 41, I think 10 or 41-14 last year. But I think this is a much improved Missouri defense, and they've shown a propensity to get these teams into lower scoring games where, hey, it might look 16-10 the way A&M beat Auburn. It could be one of those ugly games again. So I'm with you. Give me the 6.5 with Missouri, but not on Mortadell. Pick number 5.
Pick number 5. All right, pick number 5 for me. Let's go to, where do we want to go? You know what? I'll go with this big game, Joe, in Lubbock with your boy Joey.
I don't like that game.
You know what? It's a tough game, and it's a massive game. Both teams are in the top 10 in this week's Dopey poll ranking. BYU catching 10.5, undefeated BYU catching 10.5 with a total of 52.5. I think Texas Tech is better than BYU, Joe. They obviously have the advantage that the game is being played at home in Lubbock. But every time everyone has been ready to say, this is the week BYU, the other shoe drops, they're going to get knocked around, they're going to do all those things. They've met the challenge. The Utah game, they met the challenge. Iowa State on the road, they met the challenge. Now this is their biggest one, but I think, Joe, they're going to be hanging around in this game. I think 10.5 is way too much gas. I know I'm not alone. It's going to be a very public-y pick here with BYU getting all these points, but I got enough faith in this Bachmeier and Satake that they can go in there and at least hang and throw some punches with McGuire and the Red Raiders. So I think Texas Tech wins, Joe, but I'm going to take BYU with the 10.5 in that game.
All right, so the Big 12 slate is a little light here, right? But I was going to take a total, but I'll just keep it. Just keep it. Ready?
Sure.
I'm going to shock you. I was going to go to the Big 12 to get rid of the pick. You sitting down?
Yeah, I'm sitting down.
Look, Frank Wilson is the new interim coach of LSU. And all I've been watching all week is LSU is going to bring their lunch pail to Tuscaloosa. And they're going to show out, and they got to get back to Tiger Pride. That Tiger Pride died in Nashville about 4 weeks ago when they went on the road and they couldn't stop Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt. And this line opened up at 12.5, and we've seen it now creep under 10. It's 9.5 in most spots. Alabama's only lost one game, okay, since 2020, and that came to Texas. LSU is not Texas a couple of years ago with Quinn Ewers. This team, I don't know the mindset. I don't know the playmakers. I feel like they've lost their way. I don't know if they're going to be checked in or checked out, but I do know they get smashed by Alabama on Saturday night. My heart's saying Tigers. The numbers say Alabama absolutely throttles them. I don't believe in Nussmeier in a big spot. I know they're going to go to Van Buren. I've never picked against LSU all year, but I can't do it now, meaning I can't back them now. In this spot coming out of a bye week, everybody wants to say, oh, with the coaches and then this and then that, they get a bump up with the coaches fired system. Alabama throttles LSU, not a mortadell. But I just don't look. If I'm wrong, at least LSU will win. If I'm right, I get a pick. I like Alabama to cover this line by 10 points or more.
Alabama to cover the line by 10 points or more. So Bama minus 9.5 for Joe. Pick number 6 in that. I got to tell you, Joe, I don't want anything to do with that game this week. I have no idea what I'm getting out of LSU. I think Alabama beats them. I'm sure they do beat them handily, like you're saying, but I'm not going to get involved, at least not this early. Maybe during the game I will. Next for me, Joe. Now, you usually, and I saw Eddie bring this up, can't wait for Joe's ACC play. I don't think Joe's gotten an ACC game in there yet. I still have 2 picks to make. I will put an ACC game in, Joe, just for you this week. This is like the Joe special. Man, this Virginia team's everyone's All-American too, right? Here they come. They're the top team in the ACC. Win their games. We'll see you at the ACC championship game. Chance to go over the playoff. Let's be honest here, Joe. You think this Virginia team's any good? You think that they're a good football team?
I don't think they're elite.
They're not an elite team. Wake Forest has been good at home, not great on the road. They got blasted in Tallahassee. They did win in Virginia Tech earlier this season, so don't think they're completely incompetent. going here on the road. I'm going to take Wake Forest plus the 6.5 in Charlottesville against the Cavs. In fact, Joe, you ready?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I think they could win the game outright.
I agree with that.
At Virginia. For the sake of the show, I'll take Wake Forest plus the 6.5. But I think they can go there. This ACC has been so crazy. Every time you think you know who's going to be the team on top, what do, Joe? They get chopped. And I could see Wake walking in there and strolling in Saturday night and beating Virginia.
All right. It's a good pick. All right, I'm going to shock you.
Oh, boy.
Boy. Look, it's a system play, but I don't care.
It's a system play.
UCLA and the kid, here's the
carry
thing.
him off the field again this week?
With this kid, with this new Heisel son and Tim Skipper, and the ruby slippers worn off with this kid. I hope the black shirts.
Did Rule find a kid in the quad playing flag football to come and play quarterback this week?
I actually think.
Go find someone who can throw the football.
I actually think if Nebraska loses this game, I would fire Matt Rule. But
give him a 2-year extension.
I would fire his ass right on the spot. If you lose to this garbage team, Nico Yamalava and the UCLA Bruins, you're supposed to beat Nebraska. All right, in the history of Nebraska football, when you used to have Keith Jones and you used to have Taylor, the quarterback. I mean, think about it. I mean, what are we talking about back in the day? Nebraska versus UCLA all time series. I don't think Nebraska's lost to them. Let me just double check this. Oh, they won. Oh, they played last year. That's right. They lost 27-20. But prior to that, I mean, in the 90s, they got smashed. 84, Nebraska, 42-3. 87 with Ken Clark, 42-33. They got him with Aikman, 41-28. 93, they win 14-13. 94, 49-21. This is Nebraska football, man. Step up. You're going to let the West Coast dudes knock you around from Nebraska? Get real. Nebraska outright plus the 1.5. I don't care. I think look, the bottom line is this. Nebraska can't lose this game. If you're Matty Rule, you cannot lose this game. Nebraska outright. Pick 7.
I got to tell you, Joe, I think you're right. I think Nebraska should win this game. I understand that they don't have Raiola anymore. I get all that.
That doesn't matter. They should be able to run it down their throats.
They are the more physical football team, and they should be able to go in there and find a way to grind out a win. I mean, they're getting a 1.5 here, Joe. They're dogs in this UCLA team. Gutless UCLA team.
Gutless.
All right, last pick for me. Someone had to pick this game, and as Jill had in the chat before, it's Carver taking the Ducks with that neon duckwear that I have on today. Well, I am going to take that game, Joe.
All right.
As my last pick.
All right.
Pick number 7. This is a tough game, Joe. I've seen a lot of people on Iowa this week that think that Oregon is going to walk into Kinnick and lose to the Hawkeyes. I will admit, Joe, I don't know Oregon's that great this year. You look at some of these games. That Penn State win ain't that great anymore. They got blasted at home by Indiana. I mean, 21-7 against Wisconsin last week. That's not impressive stuff. But I think they could score more than Iowa. I think they can score more than Iowa. And Iowa can actually score some points this year, Joe.
Gronowski, come on.
Over 42.5. Oregon and Iowa. I'm taking the over. I think Oregon covers the 6.5. Maybe that should be the play. But I think that Oregon is going to score in the low 30s, high 20s, low 30s.
I think Iowa gets smashed.
Okay, well, we can get over 42.5 even.
30-7, Iowa.
Well, that doesn't get me over 42.5, Joe. So why can't it be 30-13? Why can't it be that?
I want them to get shut out, 30-3.
45-0.
I don't want you to win. I'm in a head-to-head with you.
Yeah, but you Joe. You could basically not make picks for the next 2 weeks, and I'm not going to catch you. So you are long gone and ahead in the college football. It's over, baby. I'm just waiting for the bowls.
What's your record again in the college?
It's brutal.
Let's see.
It's brutal. Let's see. He just wants to bring it up. Let's see. What the record.
What is the picks?
Let's see. Let me get it up. The graphics team just took a nap because they didn't think they were going to be used again. I mean, look at this. They're 13 games up, Joe. I mean, come on. I could use a nice 6 in 1 week maybe to give me a little charge and come after you a little bit.
Pretty good week. It's a pretty good year that I'm having.
Nobody said you weren't having a good year. Nobody said you weren't having a good year.
Because you called me out. You're telling me, I lollygagged with you the last couple of years.
Oregon, Iowa over 42.5.
All right.
So here we go. Oh, man, I put the college picks on the NFL board. Week 11, college football. For me, Indiana minus 14.5, Kansas, Arizona over 57.5, Mississippi State plus 9.5, Mizzou plus 6.5, BYU plus 10.5, Wake plus 6.5. Roof, roof, dogs all over the place, Joe. A lot of barking this week in Oregon and Iowa over the 42.5. Joe, Public Joe, Penn State plus 14.5.
Mortadell.
Iowa State plus 7.5.
Mortadell.
Georgia minus 9.5.
Mortadell.
Auburn plus 6.5.
Mortadell.
Mizzou plus 6.5. Bama minus 9.5. And Nebraska plus 1.5. The Carver and Lisi week 11 college football picks here.
So you just followed. It's almost like follow the data, right? You followed the data right to the window with this Jeff Lebby. There's no difference, by the way. Jeff Lebby looks like Matt Luke did at Ole Miss. Remember Matt Luke? They got that dumbfounded look on their face. Look, Matty Luke. They just sit there. Look. Matty Luke. Yeah, Matty Luke is just Matty Luke is he's a real good old boy. He's Matty Luke.
Joe, it is what it is. All right.
Matt Luke, he just sits there like he's done. When he was the coach of Ole Miss, Matt Luke just sat there like he was dumbfounded. He had no idea what the hell was going on. Like this, like, Matt, coach, do something, man. Wave your arms. Listen, brother, do something, Matty Luke. He never make it in New York, Matt Luke. I'll tell you that right now.
Let's do
Matty
the rest
Luke.
of,
Never
the best
make
of
it
the
in
rest.
New York.
Best of the rest.
I can.
Really big game at the Liberty Bowl tonight between Tulane and Memphis.
Silverfield, new coach of Arkansas.
That wasn't a real. That was a parody account. Minus 3.5 for Memphis. 54.5 the total. Joe, I don't know who's getting that group of 5 spot, man. I mean, USF won last night against the Roadrunners. The winner of this game will still very much be involved. Maybe San Diego State, maybe not. North Texas is involved. I've seen James Madison is still involved. Who's going to get that spot, Joe? Obviously, the loser of this game tonight, you would think, is going to be chopped with Tulane and Memphis.
I just believe in Memphis a little bit. I like their offense better than I like Tulane's. I just, Tulane with Summerall, even last year when they were fighting for a championship, I can't back Tulane and Retzloff here, but we'll see.
We will see. We'll see. I like Memphis tonight. I think Memphis beats Tulane.
All right.
USC laying 14.5 at home to Northwestern tonight as well. That's a Fox game at 9:00 East. 51.5 total. USC at home, Joe, they score lots of points at home, and that's going to be a tough task for Northwestern to keep up with that. Very tough.
I mean, my heart says lay it with USC, but I'm rooting for Northwestern. I can't stand Lincoln Riley. He gets under my skin.
Wow.
We'll see how it plays out. I might bet that from an in-game perspective, but I can't do it pre-kick.
Let's go to Saturday. I did notice when I talked about the BYU Texas Tech game, you kind of abstained. Is that because you think that Joey McGuire is going down this week, and you just didn't want to say anything?
No, I think they smashed BYU.
Okay, so you were trying to be nice to my pick, is what you were trying to do. You were just kind of laying in the back, and you think they're going to smash them. No questions asked for Texas Tech this week. Okay.
No, I think that offense and BYU are going to struggle with Bachmeier.
Okay.
And again, you're talking about Texas Tech giving up 74 rushing yards per game and 2.4 yards per rush.
It's a done deal. I mean, why play the game, I guess, is what it comes down to. You want to lay 10.5 with SMU on the road in Chestnut Hill against
absolutely.
Boston College?
Did you see Billy O?
Yeah,
did you see Billy?
Yeah,
he's starting to lose his cool, Billy O.
He wasn't happy. Billy O'Brien's having a rough go.
Yeah, but he deserves that. We're building a program. No, you're not. Come on, he's another one. Like, get off your high horse with these coaches. Building a program. Well, he's building. It's almost like the Italian saying, he's building guts. What's he building? What's he building? He's building nothing. He's building. Dylan Lonergan sucks. Grayson James, he loses Castellanos. What's he building? This Billy O. Get real. I mean, really, seriously, Billy, you need a slap.
What do you want to lay 53.5 with Ole Miss against the Citadel?
Yes, because they didn't cover the line against Wash State.
Okay.
So I think a lot of people take the Citadel. Now, Citadel should be able to slow down the scoring, but this has 70 spot written all over it.
I don't have a problem laying 29.5 with Ohio State in West Lafayette because I don't think Purdue will score a point in the game. So
what's the total in that game?
48.5.
Sort of like the over.
Really?
Yeah.
You think Ohio State's going to score?
I think Purdue maybe with the backups could get you 10, and we could get 50 from Ohio State. What's the weather?
I don't know. I only look at the weather of the games that I'm betting. So I haven't looked at that game. I have no interest in the game, to be quite honest with you.
Maybe Eddie does.
Eddie in Columbus would know. Yeah, Eddie probably knows although I did tell him yesterday when he stopped by on the Thursday show that Ohio State was going to smash Purdue in this game on Saturday. Smash.
Overcast.
There's no weather problems.
56 and overcast. I used to love that weather.
One of the great rivalries and traditions of college football, it is always a lot of pageantry when Maryland and Rutgers get together in the I-95 New Jersey Turnpike battle. -2.5 for Schiano, 57.5 the total.
I would lay it. I would lay it with Schiano.
Lay it with Schiano.
They need to win desperately.
They do need to. What are they at? They're 4-5, so they got to win 2 more games.
He started 4-0, didn't he?
Yeah, probably. Then they started playing Big Ten games.
3-0 he started.
Started playing Big Ten games.
His only conference win is over Purdue.
Yeah, that ain't much to write home about. This game I also almost put on the card. UConn getting 9.5 at home against Duke. If you looked at UConn this year, Joe, they haven't played bad. UConn.
No.
Duke just beat Clemson. They got some other huge ACC game next. Aren't they playing? Who are they playing next week? Somebody big.
Miami, I think.
They got a big game next week. Could you catch Duke a little sleepy here? UConn with the points at home?
Yeah, but Menson's been really good. I mean,
this kid for UConn's been good too, this quarterback. He's played well. Let me just say,
week 12, they play. Duke plays, I think they play Virginia? Miami. No.
I think they play Virginia.
No. Virginia, Duke, you're right.
That's a huge game. This game means nothing to Virginia for Duke. They're not. This game wouldn't knock the only way they're making the playoffs is they win the ACC anyway. This isn't an ACC game.
Yeah, but you don't want to lose these games.
But Joe,
they've won 4 of the last 5. Carver
could be a sleepy spot here.
The U is back. The U is back.
The U is back, baby. Yeah.
Mario.
Big chest last week.
He looked like he was constipated. He had no idea what to do last week. He looked like he was shocked. Mario looked like he ate some bad eel. Mario. He was, hey, big chest, what are you going to do? Just have some coffee, rub it. That's it. Just, wash
I
it
need them
down.
to lose one more game because I don't want to hear all the nonsense about, well, they're 10-2 and Notre Dame's 10-2, and why are they Notre Dame in and they're not in, and because they lost SMU and they lost and they lost to Louisville. That's why. Wisconsin will be keeping Luke Fickell.
No, what? Man, let me tell you. Barry Alvarez, what are you going to do? You're going to get somebody in here and they're not going to know what to do? Yeah, that's it, Barry. You're going to hire somebody.
Joe. Sometimes you just can't overturn every 2 or 3 years. You got to stick with now, do they give a spirited effort that they're keeping Luke Fickell getting 11.5 at home against Washington?
Carver, they should, but I mean, how do you do that? Damon Williams and that offense are flying. I mean, look, I mean, that total is what? What is that total?
The total is 44.5.
Okay. I think
I don't want anything to do with this game.
Okay.
I would lay 7.5 with North Carolina against Stanford.
All right.
At home. I think that Carolina's started to find it a little bit under Bill the last couple of weeks.
All right. I would lay it.
I would lay it too. So there you go. We would both lay it. Man, what a year for Clemson, huh, Joe?
Terry keeps saying, I don't know, Dabo, Dabo's going to get it. Dabo's going to do it. I know Dabo. If Dabo ain't doing it, there's only so much. He's going to turn it around. He's going to turn it around. It's almost like perfect storm. He's Clooney and the ship is at the
how
bottom.
about this Clemson Florida State game, Joe, in November? You know what it means? Absolutely nothing. There is a 0 game, this Florida State Clemson game on Saturday night.
I mean, think about this though. He's like Clooney hanging out. It's like, hey, Dabo's gonna do it. Dabo's gonna do it. Dabo ain't doing it. They're going down like a dart. I would take the 2.5 with Florida.
You wanna lay 18.5 with Louisville against Cal?
Yeah, I do. I like Cal. No, I like Cal with the points. I think that's.
Did you like that video that's circulating of Calzada with all the money that he sent?
Not now. You throw him $10,000 and the kid's all excited. I mean, if that's all it took, I mean, how many calzones could he buy with that? I mean, he's basically. I mean, I don't want to say this. The kid's washed up from a football aspect. I mean, concentrate on the academics from now on. I mean, why this guy? They threw any money at Calzada. It is absolutely ridiculous. This is the state of college football.
Florida 3.5-point road favorites in Lexington.
Florida should smash them, but
I gotta tell you, Joe. You know what I've seen this week. You know who a lot of the
let me hear this.
They're on Kentucky. All Sharps are out.
The Sharps are out on
Kentucky.
Come on. Seriously?
I can't play this game. I got plenty of other games I can lose money on. Florida, Kentucky does not have to be one of them.
When we talk about Dabo, and I understand Coach was he was on the staff, so he can't.
He's one of his guys. I understand.
But I'll say I keep prying like, Coach, it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? But it's almost like Days of Thunder. I know Cole. He always goes high. It's I know Dabo. He'll turn it around. I know Dabo. He'll turn it around.
Well, here's the problem, Joe.
You're getting slapped with lefts. Beg for a right.
Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence aren't walking through that door for Clemson. And some of the other talent that he had during those runs.
He got on guts. That's what he got. He got on guts.
Look at that. That's your word of the day there.
I mean, I think we should start cursing on the show. I'm ready to kick it up a notch with these coaches. They all suck. Mm-hmm. I mean, really, these coaches in today's game, you can't tell me, did you see, let me just say this. Did you see at the start of the week with Sark, the crust and the stones on this guy?
Yeah.
I mean, coaches want secure. Oh, really? Hey, Steve, you're getting $11.5 million a year, guy. You're giving freshmen coming out of high school Lamborghinis and $100,000 cash, and you want security? How about I give you a kick in the ass and you get out of here? I mean, these guys are ridiculous. Talk about having their cake and eat it too. I mean, Sark, right then and there, I like to kick them right in the stones. I mean, really, like, wake up, guy. $11.5 million. You want security? Give me a break. Seriously, what does he want? Oh, the coaches want security. They want this. Oh, yeah, you had no problem like the Hamburglar with your hand out taking the money, did you? You know what it is? He's got to give half the money now to his ex-wife. He just got divorced before the start of the year.
Really?
They parted ways. So that's why, he wants the extra security. Think about it. You make 11.5, you're only netting, your bottom line, you're after taxes, you're getting 5. Right? Now he's basically he's only getting 2.5. You know what I'm saying? So
sure.
now all of a sudden he's worried. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Notre Dame under the lights in South Bend has Navy coming to town. 27.5. 55.5 the total. Now Navy is 7-1 this year, Joe.
Okay.
Do you think they get that? They can't.
They got smashed last year in East Rutherford.
They can't stop Notre Dame.
They're going to lose. This game looked like Army-Navy last year. But they did turn it over 6 times. Part of me wants Navy to win just so we could stop talking about Notre Dame for the playoff because I said they wouldn't make it.
What is your problem with that? Like, why do you want – this is the tradition of college football. You don't want them in the college football playoff? Notre Dame being there? No. They 10-2, they're going to be there, Joe, whether you like it or not. 10-2. They'll be there. Fighting Irish at Notre Dame. Wake up the Echoes.
Oh, you're back. You're back in on Marcus Freeman. Typical.
When was I not in on him?
Yeah.
You talked about that game.
We talked about them all.
You want to lay 4.5 with UNLV in Fort Collins? With Dan Mullen?
No. Meanwhile, anybody that thinks Dan Mullen's like an elite head coach, can we stop kidding ourselves?
Probably not. And the bailout blowout late night game is on the islands in Hawaii. I mentioned to you before, San Diego State is one of these teams that could find their way through the group of 5 automatic bid backdoor. They're laying 6.5 on the Big Islands against Hawaii. 48.5 total.
Let's go with the over. We gotta hit one of these Hawaii overs.
Hawaii's 6-3 this year, Joe.
Doing a good job. Well. Doing a good job.
This Timmy.
Huh?
He's done well for the coach for Hawaii.
Yes.
Timmy Chang. He's done well. 6.5, huh?
Yep.
Give me Hawaii plus the 6.5.
All right. There you go.
All right. I'm in on that.
Okay.
So there you go. Week 11, college football for Carver and Lisi. Wow. Texas, Georgia next week. Georgia minus 5.5.
Well, I can't wait. I feel like I'm due for a breakout this week. Georgia's going to absolutely smash. The fact that you're on Miss State makes me feel so much more confident. I was on the fence, and I thought we were going to be on the same side. And now that I know I'm against you, I love you, but I feel so much better now. It's like a gas pocket just released in my stomach. I got a little, I feel so much better now. It's like, I can breathe now. All right.
Yeah. Georgia's in trouble this week. They're gonna have a fight of their lives in Starksville with Mississippi State. Okay. They'll win the game like they do all year on the road. They'll squeak it out.
I know.
I hope Gunner does what he does.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to do you a favor.
You do me a favor.
I'm going to do you a favor.
Oh, sure.
I'm so confident in this Mortadell that I'm willing to give you, what do you want? 10.5?
No.
I'll give you 12.
9.5's the number.
I'll give you 13.5.
9.5's the number.
I'll give you 13.5.
No, don't do that.
I'll give you 13.5.
Come on.
No, how many you want?
14.5.
I'll give you 13.5.
14.5.
No, 13.5.
I'll keep the 9.5.
How about I'll tell you what? I'll do you one better. I'll give you 14 on the spot.
I want the half.
Can't do that. My risk guy won't let me do that.
Sorry, I'll stick with the 9.5, Joe. I'm an honorable person. I don't need any extra points.
Oh yeah, that's it. You're running for office now. You're walking down the street. This is it. Everybody loves you now. You got more friends than anybody. This is it. Picking up gigs left and right. All of a sudden, now I'm just a forgotten afterthought.
How do you figure that? How are you a forgotten afterthought?
I don't know. When you get on, you're not as spry. I get you at the end of the week after you're working 46 hours.
I do this because I love being with you.
I love you too.
That's why we still do this, because we love doing this. We love talking about these games together.
We do.
Now we just need to find someone who will pay the both of us to do it together.
I'm working on that. I'm going to get that. Let me tell you something. And
we need to find someone who will pay the both of us at the same time.
I'm not tooting our horn. There are, okay, a lot in this niche of what we do. There are a lot of people that are as boring, and I mean boring, as my right stone. And I'm just saying that, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, there are people that think they're actually funny that I don't laugh at one thing they do. And I try to see what the competition is out there and you know, what they're actually saying. They're ridiculous. Between the knowledge, the camaraderie, the back and forth, there are people that are as boring. I'd rather watch two ants playing football on the floor than some of these shows.
Right.
And the people that act like they know something that have no clue are even better. Those are the ones that I, and those are the ones on the major networks. It's amazing. Yeah, I do this. I do. Yeah, I know college football. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, I know this. Picker. I'm a picker. I pick games.
Well, Joe, we still have to do the NFL, so we will come back, take a break, come back and do the NFL. Thanks for everybody for hanging. College football, Week 11 picks, Carver and Lisi.